Okay, close your eyes. Think about something not sexy. Okay, what's not sexy? Soup, a station wagon, boogers, bad breath, Nicki Minaj. I don't think so. No, that's just me personally. Okay, we're gonna talk about some non-sexy sleepers in this video. Okay, and there are names around them. There are names around them that are sexy. There's some Beyonce in there. There's an Olivia Dunn. There's a Lori Loughlin. She's in there. She's right next to him, and you want to click them because it's like, God, they're so sexy. I want my lineup to look sexy, DB. I want it to feel good when I click it. I want to look at the names and be like, 6 times, not just 5 times. I want all 6 names to be good. Well, we can't have it that way all the time because sometimes you got to get unsexy to be sexy on Sunday and to have the green screen disease, to have it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm here for. Let's start off at the top. The most expensive guy is $7,400. He's surrounded by a couple of popular, sexy names that you need to pivot off of. Ludwig's going to be hot. Austin Eckgoat going to be hot. Denny McCarthy's right there. There's going to be some names in here you're going to need to pivot from, and that's why you need to look no further than Mr. Aaron Rai. Let me share my screen on Aaron Rai. It's not sexy. He wears 2 gloves. He's got iron head coverage. God dang, he's the least sexy golfer in the whole field. And I mean, the guy pounds fairways, which I love here, right? 68% driving accuracy, rolling 12 months, 68%. Still hits it, probably tour average. Okay, love that. Can't putt worth a lick, but that's okay. Look, best putting surface, bent grass. Love to see that. Gain strokes in average and easy courses over difficult. Love that. Over-under winning score, 17.5 under here. But I mean, just look at what, Wyndham Clark, we've talked about it all year, leveled up his iron play, right? Man, I am looking for people who have leveled up their iron play. And Aaron Rai is one of them. In his 60 total events we have strokes gained data on, he's 1 stroke on approach. Look at him in his last 10 to 5 tournaments. He's almost tripled that. The irons, look at these peak iron weeks while he's gaining strokes off the tee. And when we come to a course where distance is not a huge advantage, it's always an advantage, but where distance is not a huge advantage, his baseline off the tee is going to raise. Because look what he did at Colonial, 12th, okay? That's a good thing. The Players' Championship is not all about distance either, 19th. Elevated event here. RBC Heritage, chipping and putting was terrible. But above his baseline off the tee, and another peak iron week. Okay, I just think Aaron Rai is in play. He finished 40th here in 2022. He's 7,400. I see him under 5% right now on 2 different websites. He's plus 350 to top 20, and he's plus 125 to top 40. Those are some bets I like on him, and I like him in DFS. Okay, let's keep moving. Next, not sexy name. All right, 2 more in the low 7Ks for you. Before I do that, I want to remind everybody to check out SoBet. I'm telling you guys, you are leaving money on the table. If you like betting on baseball, NFL, tennis, UFC, boxing, MMA, all those things, every sport is on the platform. And SoBet is curating the best handicappers on the internet, inviting them to come on the platform, giving them a platform that is full of transparency, where the handicappers have to say how many units they're going to spend, what the bet is worth to them, and give analysis for each pick, not just throw it up on Twitter like everybody does. And then they're going to give accountability when the picks hit or when the picks lose. So you get vetted handicappers and only those people in your feed. It's not all the other trash. You get to consume that, tail them if you like, follow their bets, track their bets, place your own bets. It's beautiful. SoBet is making people money everywhere. And if you use code TJ and you click the link in the video, you can get it for $9.95 a month, and you can cancel it anytime. Try it for a month, see what you think. Or you should take advantage of the 6-month deal and get it for just $39, which carries you into the NFL season, college football season, where it's really going to be popping. So click the link, use code TJ, and check out SoBet. At $7,200, Seabez is kind of like, people like Seabez, okay? Like he may be the one guy out of these 3 that people kind of like to play in the DFS streets. I could see his ownership catching a little steam. Right now, he's in that 4% range. I could see it catching a little bit more, though, okay? I give you his name with a caveat because I could see it getting a little steamy. Like Aaron Rai, kind of average in driving distance, hits 62% of his fairways. Anything over 60, I'm okay with. Gains a lot of strokes putting, does a lot of damage on bent grass. We love to see that. But look at Seabez's irons. This is what I'm talking about, leveling up. Look at what has happened. Look at this iron play right here. Look at the putting. Even his putting is leveled up. And he came into the tour being a good putter. Um, and he's gonna do well when he goes to a course that doesn't demand distance. Look at this. Lost strokes at the PGA, lost strokes at the Byron Nelson off the tee, where you can just bomb it. But look what he did. Broke even at Heritage, where you can't bomb it. Finished 19th. Gained 1.1 at Colonial, where you can't bomb it. Gained 1.1. Levels up. And look what he does. And we haven't seen Seabass really contend to win. I get that. But I do think the guy he played in one Travelers. He missed the cut last year. I'm not super worried about it. The iron play is so much better right now than it was going into last year, and it wasn't bad. But we haven't seen Seabass come close to contending, but I don't think it matters. The guy is a veteran. I don't think he's going to contend to win here. I'm not saying that, but he's 5-1 to top 20, which I do think he has top 20 upside, and he's plus 220 to finish in the top 40. I really like that bet. Seabass is probably going to be a top 40 finish position for me. The other thing I haven't mentioned is that all three of these names, the two that I've already given you and the one that I'm about to give you, all three of them did not play in the U.S. Open, which when you're making decisions on some guys, especially in this range, I kind of like getting the guy who's ready to go, chomping at the bit, hasn't made the flight over from LA, hasn't been beat up for 4 days at the U.S. Open, is at an elevated event, the last one of the year that they need to make their money on and get paid, and this is a big deal for them. I like that a little more than taking a shot on a guy who maybe got beat up the last 4 days at the U.S. Open, isn't as hungry, isn't as rested, isn't as mentally sharp coming into another tough event full of great players. So I like that about these three guys. And when you're making decisions at the bottom, I kind of like to lean that direction. All right, my final guy. He's been a sleeper before. He's at 7K flat. He will be less than 3%, I bet. 4% at the most. I almost positive. People don't like playing him. He's not sexy. But I'm talking about sexy Nate Lashley, okay? Nate Lashley, sub 3%. Let's open it up on Fantasy National. Show you what I'm looking at. 61% driving accuracy. Average off the tee and distance. Doesn't putt well on bent. Don't love that, okay? Don't love that. But, here's what he's been doing lately. Like, he's doing just fine. Let's, again, talk about elevating your stuff. Look at his iron play over his career. Last 20. Last 5 and 10 tournaments. I mean, this is unreal. This is tripling from his last 20 just about. And even the putter. Historically, not a good putter. Not a good bent grass putter. Average. Maybe slightly better than average. But look at him lately. I mean, we can see it right here, right? I don't love that he didn't play well at the Colonial. I had him at Colonial. I thought he'd do well. He didn't. Oh, well. Elevated event here at the Wells Fargo finishes 27th. Heritage, elevated event, finishes 31st. Shocked he didn't gain more off the tee in those events. Like, that's a little different than what we saw out of Rai and what we saw out of Seabass. 7th at the Sony Open, an event that cannot be overpowered. It's about fairways there, right? 20th at the Genesis, elevated events. Like, Nasty Nate does not get scared of nobody, okay? He just doesn't. He doesn't. At the Travelers, he's played here twice. 76 his first time out. Last year, finished 25th. Again, not in an elevated field, but gain strokes across the board. I think Nasty Nate Lashley is 100% in play. He is plus 700 to finish top 20 and plus 300 to finish top 40. I like both those plays, elevated event or not. Nate Lashley don't care, okay? I'm DB. This has been an unsexy sleepers video. Hope you enjoy it. Check out SoBet. Click the link. Use promo code TJ and make your screens be green. See you.